visitors for Cluck Field. First of all, Ouachita Baptist University is a tobacco and alcohol-free campus. Most of these products use strict
Introducing the starting lineups for both teams for today's game. Starting first with our visitors from Bethany, Oklahoma, the Southern Nazarene University Crimson Storm, led by head coach Josh Schmidt. Starting in goal, number 0, Gianna Bonet.
Good afternoon, soccer fans, and welcome to Tiger Soccer on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. I'm Chase Hartzell, joined by Alfonso Gonzalez-Gomez. And Alfonso, we've got a great matchup today. It's a top 3 matchup in the Great American Conference between the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm and the Ouachita Tigers.
Yeah, Chase, this is going to be an important game for OBU today. Obviously for SNU as well. These are the first and second place teams battling it out today, and whoever gets home the dub, I mean, will be in a very good position for the GAC tournament.
Southern Nazarene currently tied for second place in the Great American Conference for Ouachita, currently number 1, and having already clinched their spot in the GAC tourney last weekend with a win over Southwestern Oklahoma State. The story in that one was the PK that was successfully followed through by Jamie Fowler. Ended up being the only goal of the entire match, but it gave the Tigers the 3 points that they needed to clinch that spot in the tournament, and now with a couple more wins this week, they could clinch the regular season conference championship.
Yeah, and we've talked about Jamie Fowler all season. I mean, she's still leading this team with 5 goals, and obviously being a fifth-year senior, she's bringing up all this type of experience to lead this team to something that could be very special for them.
Well, right now the Tigers are being introduced to the home crowd here at Cluck Field. Partly cloudy here today in Arkadelphia, but overall pretty good weather for a match, especially at this point in the season.
Yeah, good weather. Field still looks good enough to play on. Has seen like some tough games, but still in pretty good condition. I think this is a great day for some soccer.
And Brian Ramsey, the Director of Athletic Communications, wrapping up the starting lineups. And we're going to go ahead and take a moment of silence here for the national anthem.
You're not going to be singing it, Chase?
Not this time. With that, the pregame festivities are wrapping up, and we're just about ready for this Great American Conference matchup between two of the top 3 teams in the conference. SNU looking to inch closer to first place, and for Ouachita looking to move one step closer to claiming a Great American Conference title. SNU in the white kits today, Ouachita in the purple and gray. Today, Alfonso, Ouachita, on the defensive side of things, it's going to come down to those plays down near the net. But when you have somebody like Michelle Snow there to guard the goal, you got to be feeling pretty good. Snow, these last 5 matches now, in fact, in a row, she has yet to allow a single goal. That's 450 minutes, 7.5 hours out there on the pitch without allowing a single goal. And Alfonso is somebody who has played the beautiful game for a long time. You know how tough of a feat that can be.
Yeah, that just goes to show this team's like resilience and their mindset. They would rather go 0-0 the entire game than get scored on. And Michelle Snow, obviously, every time she's been called upon, has delivered greatly. I mean, you could see that she basically feels like she owns the GAC Goalkeeper of the Week award at this point, right? I mean, she's won it almost every week, and yeah, fair play to her. And obviously her back line helping her out as much as possible. And yeah, this Tiger defense just hasn't let up these last few games.
With as many awards as she has won in the weekly awards, you have to think she's going to be in contention for yearly honors whenever the season wraps up. I'll tell you somebody else who's racked up quite a few awards in those those Player of the Week awards on the defensive side of things. That's Amory Thomas. She's done it again this week. She is the GAC Defender of the Week.
Yeah, Emery Thomas has been putting in consistent performances since the start of the season. Obviously, she's always on that left back position, been starting almost every game for the Tigers. Very consistent performer, always does her job defensively, and is always a key addition to the attack when the Tigers are able to transition forward.
There's the whistle, and we are underway. Hattie Gardner kicking it back, and now Abby Inman gonna just send it to Moore. Again, Ouachita fresh off of a 1-0 victory on Senior Day on Saturday for Southern Nazarene. The Crimson Storm is looking to move up in the Great American Conference standings in a road test at ECU. However, the Orange Tigers of ECU holding strong in that one, able to record a draw at 1-1. SNU still gets the 1 point, but you know that they wanted to get that 3 to leapfrog Oklahoma Baptist. Instead, those two teams currently tied for second in the conference.
Yeah, and today's contest is an excellent chance for OBU to really pull away and clinch their spot as the GAC conference tournament winners. You know, obviously in this college season, it's always hard to pick up results on the road, and you know, this Tiger team has done that so far. And the only thing is that they got 3 games left and they can't let up.
They certainly can't let up with the other 2 members of the top 3 in the conference coming to town this week. Obviously SNU right here, right now. But Oklahoma Baptist coming to town for an 11 o'clock first kick on Saturday. This is a big week for the Tigers as they look to claim their first conference championship since that spring season in 2021.
Yeah, and I would think that Coach Wright has a chip on his shoulder. Obviously winning that spring season in 2021, very specific circumstances, and in some ways hasn't been able to really take the GAC
Yowzy has it just past the top of the box. Kispert was trying to get open that time and help her teammate.
Referee there just couldn't get out the way.
When it's congested, just gotta move, yeah? How's it going, Tim?
For Ouachita, these are also the last two home matches of the year this week. So last time getting to play in front of the home crowd at at Cluck Field in the regular season. Meanwhile, great opportunity here for Turner, looking to hit the back left corner of the goal. Instead, it's going to veer a bit too far to the left.
Great play there by Turner. Obviously the Tigers imposing themselves early on. SNU always a team that, like the Tigers, likes to play out the back and likes to keep possession of the ball. However, the Tigers are ready to exploit this with their on-the-ball pressure, and, Grace Turner obviously with the first chance of the game.
Now, the important thing, Alfonso, about these two matches is that if Ouachita can capture the regular season Great American Conference title, that also gives them the #1 seed in the tournament and home field advantage for the championship matches that will be coming up here in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, and getting that home field advantage in the GAC playoffs, that has to be a huge advantage for this team. Obviously when you're on the road, schedules are a little bit different and you have to make do with what you have. But when you're home, you can roll out of bed, you can take your time, and you're in a comfortable environment.
A lot of traffic down low. Ball still rolling around a bit. Michelle Snow
All right, well done.
doing a great job sticking with it that time. Even though there was the traffic and she got tripped up, she still had her eye on the ball at all times and was able to adjust.
Yeah, Snow there doing a good job to clean up that sloppy defense in these early few moments. Obviously, SNU looking to really capitalize off those lacks of focus from the OBU back line.
Gotta win it. Stop, be a winner here, Quinn. On the ball.
There's Sophia Valencia. She actually won the Defender of the Week award the previous week before Amory Thomas, so Thomas doing a great job of making sure that award stays right here in Arkadelphia. But as we've said, Alfonso, it just seems like Michelle Snow has been keeping the Goalkeeper of the Year award here frequently throughout the season.
Yeah, and I've seen a few of the awards be rotated amongst this OBU back line. Obviously, with Amory Thomas and Sophia Valencia, they operate in similar roles in which, they do their defensive capabilities and join the attack whenever possible. And they've done a great job of that so far this season. But at the same time, Abby Moore down the middle at center back has been very solid and has kept the Tigers out of a lot of trouble this season.
Moore has had an excellent play. So has Abby Inman, who has also won the Defender of the Week award this year. We've had a lot of hardware brought home for the Tigers in the weekly awards, and you have to think that's going to translate to some yearly awards at season's end.
Yeah, and I mean, it's true what they say. Offense might win you games, but defense will win you championships. So it's good that these Tigers have stuck in and have really found their defensive form.
Don't mind it. Well done, Wood.
That shot was hooked to the left, so it's going to roll out of bounds and will be a goal kick for Ouachita. has been one of the top defenses in the Great American Conference this year. There's the clear by the goal kicker. That is Taylor Hapgood, a freshman starting today. Or excuse me, sorry about that. That is Gianna Bonnet, sophomore goalkeeper from Eastvale, California.
Yeah, and as we've seen in all these games where the Tigers are playing against some opposition, the opposite team's goalkeeper is always tested, always constantly in need for the other team, and, you know, a few slip-ups might cost them the game.
Good. Lucky. We're up. Come on. Good, Kyler. Way to battle. Good.
Alfonso, just to tell you how strong this defense has been this year, the Tigers have allowed 7 goals through 15 conference matches. An impressive feat, to say the least. That's less than half of a goal per match.
Yeah, that is impressive, and, you know, as somebody who plays, that is something extremely difficult to do. You know, there are times within the game when you get that first goal and you feel as though, you know, you could relax on defense, but that's just not the case every time. You have to remain focused and really stay in the competition, and even giving up those late goals that don't really affect the game has to require a lot of mental focus.
Tegan Yowzy trying to help the Tigers maintain possession here, kind of having to share the ball around, as there's the pass up the middle to Grayson Turner, now getting outside to Valencia. Now we do know that Valencia can generate a lot of velocity on the sideline, get some good advantages around defenders, and that's been crucial for some runs of momentum for the Tigers throughout the season.
Yeah, agreed. You know, just a few moments ago, we saw Thomas on the opposite side get up high and, you know, win her team a corner kick. So these fullbacks on these Tiger teams are super essential. So far, we've seen the Tiger pressure, you know, very active and, you know, winning back a few balls.
Gotta win it. Good.
Being dominant in the air here.
Gotta win it. Good.
Tigers currently have 18 points in conference play. That's good enough for the conference lead. SNU currently tied for second place with 14 points. They got point number 14 in a tie last week. Meanwhile, ball got loose, and had it not been for a Crimson Storm team member being there to back up her goalkeeper, that might have been the icebreaker right there, and we might have had a goal in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, we can see the Tigers, they have momentum right now. Since the start of the game, they've been knocking on that door, and it looks like they're not going to stop till they get their goal.
Now we're going to see a corner kick from Hattie Gardner. This is the 67th corner that we've seen from Ouachita here in Great American Conference play. Long ball sent in towards the middle. Yazzie was trying to put it back in, now still trying to keep the ball in tight quarters. However, SNU does manage to clear it, at least for the time being. Now, Amory Thomas able to cut it off. She has a quick regroup there after a little tumble. Jocelyn Kispert.
Thomas and Valencia there doing a really good job to ward off that counterattack by SNU. Obviously, when you have a team that could get stuff off corners, the team obviously moves all the way up, and they have to leave only 1 or 2 players behind to avoid those counterattacks. But Valencia and Thomas doing a great job of that early on.
Gardner sends it back up the middle to Reese. Now it's Yowzy on the near side, nearing the top right corner of the box. Makes a good move to evade a defender, looking to cross it to Hattie Gardner, but it'll be cleared by Southern Nazarene. Looks like we'll see another corner for Ouachita. Second corner already in this match, and Alfonso, we've seen how critical these set pieces can be to Ouachita's success throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers, every game that I've seen of them, they've always got a bunch of corners. And, you know, even though that allows for more room to, like, experiment on the set piece, and although they don't always get it off, no, it's always dangerous play.
Yazzie trying to maintain possession for Ouachita. It is taken away by Sarah Baugh. Baugh sends it upfield. Now a great opportunity perhaps for Southern Nazarene. Michelle Snow coming up. Evades the defender, and it hits the top of the crossbar. It was an empty goal. However, SNU is going to come up empty-handed.
You know, Chase, like, despite the Tigers putting on this pressure in these early, like, 10 minutes, you know, they need to be very careful off those counterattacks, because as we've seen right there, the SNU attack has pace, has quality, and, you know, one more, like, that ball goes a little bit farther south, and that's another goal, and the Tigers are down 1-0.
That was Bella Morgus with the near goal for SNU. Now Grayson Turner perhaps looking to help the Tigers record a goal of their own. Tightly guarded that time, and we see a little clear there from JQ Molgard. And once again, it's going to be a corner kick for Ouachita. Already the third corner kick of the match for the Tigers. The first two didn't yield anything in terms of goals. However, we do know that Hattie Gardner has a great knack for finding her teammates from this position.
Yeah, and the Tigers need to be very careful of the counterattack. Obviously, first corner kick, they sorted it well, but as we saw a few minutes ago, that second corner kick, you know, SNU can do a lot of damage off that.
That corner kick a bit too strong, and it's going to result in a goal kick for SNU. Again, the starting goalkeeper for SNU, Gianna Bonnet.
I'll go to two. Okay, two, you're going to need to zoom out. Like one, yes.
SNU here, first couple goal kicks of the game, have chosen to go long, have not really dedicated themselves to keeping possession out the back.
Hey, it's us.
SNU here has just maybe not had as many chances in the opponent's second half as the Tigers, but have definitely shown quality when they've entered their offensive half. Both teams yet to capitalize.
There's the long ball. Now a great cut there from Morgus. She's going to pass it off to her teammate. Excellent ball movement right now from SNU. In traffic, Tigers closing in, and looks like we are going to see a foul called.
Hey, first one's going to point lady.
Right off the bat, we've seen that Morgus from Southern Nazarene has really been on this Tiger back line, and as we saw a few moments ago, she was the one that found the counter off the corner kick and almost got the ball into the back of the net. And here we see that she does a good turn and puts the Tigers in a difficult position.
You're not live, so. One zoom out. Where do you want to kick?
It's going to be a goal for Southern Nazarene, and Alfonso, you can't execute it much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just as shocked as the OBU team is right now. Obviously, they've been dominating this entire first 15 minutes of the game, but it takes one play from one special player on the opposite team to put you up, and Montanes could not have hit that any better. You know, SNU looking to hold on to this lead now. Excellent free kick.
Good. Oh.
Tigers now trailing 1-0 as Amory Thomas tries to help her team move the ball around. Now Inman
Come on, gotta put her under.
just going to take the ball up herself.
Tigers obviously not used to being on the losing end here. Are going to be tested mentally, see where their resilience lies now.
Hey, Tyler and Bella, if their center backs going forward with the ball, one of you have to put them under pressure. If that's Tyler, then Bella, you have to drop. Okay? If that's Bella, then you're normal. Hey, girls, we gotta get that set quick.
SNU's goalkeeper, Bonet, here is set to kick it long.
Thank you, team. Thank you. Pitch.
OBU now here with a set piece of their own. Obviously, we've seen 3 corners from the Tigers, but now going into this 27th minute, let's see if the Tigers have a response for SNU's free kick.
Gardner on the free kick for Ouachita. Sent into the box, and it'll be cleared by SNU. Free kicks can be game changers, though, as we saw just moments ago. Natalie Montañez getting the goal for Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, excellently hit. You know, that takes a lot of practice, and for her to put it in such a high pressure moment like this, lots of respect for her hard work.
Ouachita known as a physical team defensively, and today, Alfonso, it looks like they found a good match too in terms of physicality, because this is a defense for Southern Nazarene that plays hard the full 90 minutes.
Agreed. This new defense has not let up. Already we've seen them give away 2 fouls now. Let's see if the Tigers choose to capitalize off this free kick right here.
Gardner will have the free kick just in bounds. It's effectively a throw from just inside the line. Turner trying to maintain possession, but it just eludes her reach, and that is going to be a throw in for SNU.
Turner here in the opening minutes has been such a problem for this SNU back line, constantly pushing, and you know, obviously when a back line doesn't feel like they've figured out a player, it just leads to constant fouls, and we've already seen her be fouled twice in this first half.
Maddie Vanna able to cut the Crimson Storm off. Gardner, opportunity, ball hooks a bit too far to the left. Tigers looking for the equalizer. Instead, it's going to be a goal kick for Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, and despite being down, the Tigers have not strayed away from their game plan. Obviously, we see Maddie Vanna here dominating that midfield, applying that pressure just like how the Tigers want, and Gardner getting on the end of that, just missing that opportunity.
Fernando Valencia, the senior forward, going to check in. Also, freshman forward Reese Brown will check in for the Tigers. Ouachita looking to get some fresh legs as we near the midway point in this first half. Southern Nazarene with the only goal, and that was off of the free kick from Montañez.
Yeah, we can see here the Tigers putting in their substitutes, Valencia and Brown, two wingers that are very capable of creating danger on these sides. And the way that these Tigers are playing, they're asking their front line to constantly press the ball and at the same time constantly be open for those runs in order to be dangerous in those situations. So the process of rolling them out is very important to this team's game plan.
For Ouachita, that last goal is the first one that they had allowed since all the way back on October 5th. That was against Oklahoma Baptist, the only loss of the Great American Conference slate thus far for the Tigers.
Yeah, and to be fair to the Tigers, that's not a goal that's shameful to give up. Wasn't really necessarily a mistake from anybody, just a really well-timed hit, and, that could put you down in the game.
It was flawless execution for the Crimson Storm. SNU looking for more here, looking to bounce back after a disappointing draw at ECU last time out. Crimson Storm trailed early in that match, in fact for most of the match, but did manage a goal in the final 15 minutes. They were looking to go up and get those 3 points. However, they ended up having to leave Ada with the draw, and instead of leapfrogging Oklahoma Baptist into sole possession of second place, they now find themselves tied with the Bison for that number 2 spot in the GAC.
Yeah, East Central, obviously a very tough team to beat. Tigers are going to have trouble facing them on the road for their last game of the season, but that should be vital to keeping the championship hope alive. And here,
nearly a great opportunity for Ouachita.
Chase, from my angle, with the goalkeeper coming out and, the OBU striker coming in, I thought it was a penalty just because legs are all over the place, and you never know if maybe the ball gets touched or if it's just a badly timed tackle.
At some point, you've got to give us a call with those 2 hits in the back. Every sign is a 50-50. We have 2 pushes in the back.
And there you can see
Please look for it.
Ouachita sends a ball down the field, and it hooks, but I believe they're going to say because it hit the line, they're going to say it went out of bounds right at that spot.
Very narrow margins here, If that's not out, Hattie Gardner might get on the end of that, and she's 1v1 with the SNU back line.
Instead, it's going to be a throw-in for the Crimson Storm. SNU looking to move up in the Great American Conference standings, pending the result from the Oklahoma Baptist match that is also taking place today.
SNU here might not have had the most quality chances so far, but has remained in the game and found their lucky break off the free kick. Tigers are going to really have to battle back from this one.
Just an update from Searcy, Oklahoma Baptist taking on Harding. The Bison will be coming to town on Saturday for the Tigers and potentially a top 2 matchup in the GAC. But first they got to take care of business against the Bisons. Right now 0-0 with 24 minutes already gone.
Yeah, Oklahoma Baptist, if they want to remain in this race for the GAC championship title, they need to get a result out of their game against Harding. These last few minutes, we've seen a lot of possession from SNU. You know, Tigers haven't been able to see the ball in a while.
Snow gonna step up and try to stop the ball. However, it did look like she got hit a bit on a collision, came up to get the ball. An SNU player was closing in, and I think that they might have gotten a piece of Snow when they were also going for that ball on the collision. Snow slow to get up for OBU as we have a stoppage in time at 18:32.
Yeah, Snow there with an excellent pickup. It's just when you get down on the ground and there's players running at you, that's always a dangerous moment. But it appears she's fine, and we'll continue to play.
Fernanda Valencia. And now we'll have the foul called on Ouachita.
Very decisive, very opinionated call here from the referee. Obviously, Tiger bench does not seem to be in agreement with that foul.
Well, and I think it might have been less controversial if it hadn't been for the collision that had just happened moments prior. The official ruling that a clean tackle. After the foul, the Tigers trying to get the ball back. Hattie Gardner chasing after it.
Tigers here have to be very careful not to make this a solely physical game, as you know, Tigers, when they're at their best, is when they keep possession of the ball and they find spaces in behind the back line.
12-6, 24, 12-13, 6, 24 off.
There were a total of 5.
Here, looking like the Tigers are subbing out the entire midfield. A midfield that I can guarantee is probably tired right now from all the running that they've done in these first few minutes.
When you look at these teams on paper, they do look pretty evenly matched. You've got excellent goalkeepers in Snow and Bonnier. And then you've got the excellent play in the defensive part of the field. Really, the midfield has been especially contentious in this one. Both teams trying to gain the upper hand, but really the momentum swings have been fairly even. It's just who's got the momentum at the moment. And you have to think that whoever has that momentum last will have a great opportunity to make a decisive play in this match.
Yeah, and we've seen it so far. The midfield battle has been very back and forth, very physical. You know, the SNU midfield not willing to just let the Tigers move the ball back and forth and keep possession. However, the Tigers here have also kept up with their own pressure and have forced the SNU midfield to make a lot of mistakes.
Under pressure. Put her under, Tyler. Good. Come on. Put her under, Cam. Put her under.
Perry
Put her under. Put her under. Put her under. Put her
going to get it back to Valencia. Ball's deflected,
Go. Great work.
and it will roll out of bounds, so it should be a throw for the Tigers.
Okay. You want to take break it? Take first in this field, right? Like we're just playing in the
Right here, we can see the energy coming from both teams as, you know, just some simple pressure on the ball excites both benches, and it's looking like it's going to be a very contested battle today.
Isabella Savitar will have the free kick for Ouachita. Sends it into the box. Doonigan, not a bad header there, trying to find the right corner.
Yeah, the Tigers always on these set pieces, looking for that first post run in order to flick it off into the back post and find free runners. Just unlucky there to not really get that full contact that Doonigan wanted, but it's the same idea that the Tigers have been reinforcing all year.
And there's been a lot of success that has come from that strategy as we see the ball roll out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for SNU.
SNU here from their goal kicks have chosen to play long almost every single time. You know, would rather play it long and compete for that second ball than play out the back and risk losing the ball there.
The Crimson Storm, a big reason why they're near the top of the conference, however, is their excellent offense. As they currently lead the conference with 27 goals scored. They've also got one of the top defenses, too. Second with 13 goals allowed, only trailing the Tigers, who have now allowed 8 on the year.
Yeah, Chase, I mean, you've seen it, especially from Morga as the SNU number 7. You know, she's been very much on this OBU back line and has caused trouble so far. Obviously, we saw that first play where she hit the post, and then it was off her turn that the foul was called, and, you know, obviously led to the Crimson Storm's first goal.
The Crimson Storm looking to perhaps get actually, I'm looking through right now. Yes, this could be a revenge game for Southern Nazarene, as the first time that these teams met in Bethany, that was back on October 7th. It was a 2-0 victory for the Tigers on the road, so you know that the Crimson Storm would love to return the favor here on the Tigers' home turf today.
Yeah, Chase, and I was actually at that game in Bethany, and I can tell you right now, it was almost as hotly competed as this one is right now. Obviously, these two teams know that they're amongst the best in the GAC, and they know that in order to win this championship, they have to best each other.
For the Tigers, after this match, you only have 2 more opportunities to gain more points to try to move up in the standings and really solidify that top place. There's the match in front of us right now, followed up by the last home match of the regular season against Oklahoma Baptist at 11 a.m. on Saturday. You can catch that one right here on OSDN. A chance for the Tigers to clinch there, but if they can't clinch on Saturday, they may have another opportunity next Wednesday at 2 p.m. when they travel to Ada, Oklahoma to take on the East Central Tigers.
Yeah, and these Tigers, you know, obviously they want to get as many points as possible and clinch that first place, just because now going into the GAC playoffs, they will have the lowest seed out of the playoffs. Tigers here looking a little bit more solid in possession, looking to get onto this SNU back line.
Chance here for Fowler, great playmaker, crosses it towards the middle, perhaps looking for Perry or Sabater, however it's cut off by SNU.
Fowler's energy here, always know this, she's always got a presence about her that she can make anything special happen at any given moment. Sophia Valencia there with some excellent 1v1 defending out wide. keeping the SNU defense negative.
Another long ball and another goal for Montañez. That is her second of the day already. And much like the first, it was a long ball from beyond the box, finding the open spot from distance and finishing off it just about as well as you can do on that play. A huge goal there for SNU.
And Chase, I'll tell you this right now, the only word I can think of for the Tigers right now is just unlucky. I mean, you know, they've been competing, they've been finding their momentum. However, two special moments from Montañez, and it's 2-0 for the visiting team. And you know, obviously these Tigers are going to have to show their mental resilience and try to get something out of this result, but very discouraging the way that, you know, they play well in this first half and they're still down 2-0. Great mental test for this team now. We'll see how they respond to it. And on the other side of it, I mean, Montañez, 2 great hits today, have just found the back of the net.
Montañez, a junior from Plano, Texas. And she has certainly been a difference maker today for her side. SNU, one of the biggest matches of the season right here down the stretch. And they have done everything that they needed to do up to this point. For the Tigers, some work to do because, Alfonso, we talked about the implications if Ouachita wins this match, but we also got to think about the implications if SNU wins this match, because if the Crimson Storm can come away with the victory, they get 3 points to go towards the standings, and that puts them just 1 out of first place. If Oklahoma Baptist can come away with the victory in Searcy, you look to maintain that tie, and you have a chance for somebody to take the lead right there on Saturday going into the last couple matches of the regular season.
Yeah, and something that this OBU team might have to light a fire within them, because we have to keep in mind that SNU and Oklahoma Baptist have one more game in hand than OBU. So meaning that when it comes down to that last game of the season, their 4th game, OBU will already have been done and their points are already settled, and they'll just have to hope that SNU can't catch up to them if results go the way that they've been going so far.
Tigers looking to keep their composure here in the last 8 minutes and perhaps try to cut into this deficit before going into the break. A goal would be huge here going into the final 45 minutes. However, if the first roughly 40 minutes or so have told us anything, it's that this SNU team is going to make it tough to get those opportunities down low and to get some good looks.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. But, however, Tigers going into halftime need to remember that, you know, a 2-0 lead for any team is always the most dangerous lead. You know, 1 goal and they're right back into it. So, for the Tigers, it's about motivating themselves to just cut the deficit in half and really find a way to get a result out of today.
Pass inside, ends up going back out. Now it'll be a goal kick for Ouachita. And really the defense around the box has been pretty solid for the Tigers. It's really been those long distance shots that have been the difference maker in this one. Montañez has been very effective from long range. Tigers did have to regroup there. However, Jamie Fowler with a chance to set up a counterattack as Perry chasing after the ball. She's able to control it. Now passing it inside to Sabater. Sabater looking to finish, trying to get around the goalkeeper and the defender. However, it will go out of bounds. And are we going to see a foul called here inside the box?
It's looking more like a corner than me. Yeah, it's looking like a corner from the opposite side, but great play there from the Tigers, obviously showing that they're still determined to stay in this match, and great running there from Sabater, making a great effort to support her teammate and just get inside the box. Unfortunately, ball's just the slightest bit long, and they're forced to settle with a corner.
SNU perhaps looking to mount a counterattack.
Motivating play there from Fowler. You know, even though she's a forward, tracking back in order to prevent that counter and put out a fire.
Kinsey Macklin and Mallory Bennett checking in for Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm. Getting some fresh legs here with just under 5 minutes to go in the first half, and it has been a very effective first half for the visiting team, in no small part due to the excellent play of Montanez.
Yeah, Jason. You know, the Tigers really have to try and force themselves back out of this hole they've created for themselves. Tigers here still keeping up this pressure, obviously rolling through a lot of substitutes, allows them to keep running and really putting that pressure on the SNU back line.
Another chance for SNU perhaps. Amory Thomas just able to cut it off that time, and again showing why she's established herself as one of the best defenders in the Great American Conference, not only this last week, but throughout the season.
Yeah, Thomas there showing great determination to get back and just keep a clean sheet for her team.
Ball bounces around a bit, plenty of traffic. Tigers not out of the woods just yet. There's a nice clearing header by Sabater. Now Doonigan just trying to get it back into the middle third.
Tigers here fighting to get back into the box now.
Looking to cross inside to Sabater. There's a collision, and it's going to be a corner kick for Ouachita. Fifth corner kick of the first half. Nothing to show for it in terms of scoring yet for the Tigers. However, a great opportunity here in the final 3 minutes to try and cut into the deficit.
Sabater there again with a corner kick. Obviously has shown excellent effort to get into the box and support her teammates thus far. She has seen a lot of determination here in this match.
Bonet was right there to make the play. And now the sophomore from Eastvale, California, getting some space, and now she'll boot the ball away, perhaps looking to a teammate momentarily.
SNU here looking to just finish out this half. Obviously, them being up 2-0 at halftime is the ideal situation for them. But the Tigers fighting back.
Vanna looking to try and cross the ball, perhaps. Sabater almost stepping into position. Fowler tries to keep it alive. However, it will go out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for SNU. Crimson Storm looking to maintain a 2-0 advantage going into the break.
Tigers here are going to have to rush this last set piece. Possibly could get something dangerous out of this. Looking like it will be the last play of this first half.
Vanna lines it up. with just under 40 seconds to go. Gonna hook the long ball over the left side of the box. There's a header and a tussle for the ball as Dunigan almost came away with it on the inside and almost had a one-on-one opportunity.
Dunigan does well there to, obviously the Tigers have seen that excellent set piece, hits it to the back post,
10,
comes across,
9,
and Dunigan
8,
just
7,
unlucky to not get
5,
anything off that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is going to do it for the first half of play. Well, the story here in the first half has been the excellent play of midfielder Natalie Montanez. She has 2 goals from distance for the Crimson Storm. And right now, SNU looking to get revenge for a loss at home against Ouachita earlier this year by returning the favor at Cluck Field. We'll see if the Tigers can manage a comeback when we come back from the halftime break. You're watching Tiger Soccer on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
No matter where you go in Arkansas, you'll probably run into someone you know. That personal connection is what I love about this state, and it's why we have offices and people across Arkansas. People who share your interest and care if you've been hurt.
A local team who will be on your side, by your side.
So if you were injured in an accident, call us at 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
No matter where you live in Arkansas, we have an office nearby.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University. Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
This is Chase Hartzell with the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm here with Ouachita Soccer and some of their seniors, including...
My name is Grayson Turner. I'm from Cabot, Arkansas. I'm a outside mid, and I am in the Exercise Science Master's Program.
I'm Sydney Perry. I'm from McKinney, Texas. I play midfield, and I'm in the nursing program.
All right, so both of you just got back to campus from summer vacation. If you were to have the summer vacation of your choice, where would you go?
I would want to go to Thailand.
Italy.
All right, so both of you have been here, getting to the point where you're winding down your careers, but I'm sure you made a lot of memories here. What are some of your favorite memories from your time here at Ouachita?
I would say probably on our away trip sometimes we have this fun thing we do. We make the freshmen do karaoke on the bus, and then it turns into pretty much everyone on the team getting up in the front of the bus singing in a microphone, so it's a lot of fun.
My favorite memories is all as a team getting yelled at by coach.
All right, so you mentioned karaoke. If there was a free-for-all for Ouachita soccer, who would win the karaoke battle?
Absolutely Jocelyn Kisper, 100%.
I would say the same thing.
All right. Well, both of you are going to have an opportunity to make some more memories here this year in your senior season. What are you hoping to get out of your last year here with the program?
I would say our whole team goal is to win the conference championship. We've done it once before, and it would be great to do it this one last time.
Yep, just win the conference championship and make good memories.
All right, so we had an interesting conversation before we started here today. We were talking about career aspirations. What are you wanting to do once you finish at Ouachita?
Once I'm done at Ouachita, I aspire to be a famous YouTuber.
And are you already taking steps towards that?
Yes, I actually have a vlog channel. It's on my Snapchat, and if you would like to be included in it, it's Sydney456.
All right, well, there you go. And so do you have any career aspirations after college, too?
Not as fun as Sydney's. Mine's pretty boring. I just want to go to dental school and be a pediatric dentist when I get older.
Well, there you go. You could be taking a visit to the dentist office, and while you're waiting, you can watch one of her YouTube videos.
No matter where you go in Arkansas, you'll probably run into someone you know. That personal connection is what I love about this state, and it's why we have offices and people across Arkansas. People who share your interest and care if you've been hurt.
A local team who will be on your side, by your side.
So if you were injured in an accident, call us at 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
No matter where you live in Arkansas, we have an office nearby.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Welcome back to Tiger Soccer on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. There you're getting a look at a view from above here at Cluck Field. Thus far, it's been an excellent day for the visiting team, the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm, playing the defense that has gotten them up to this point, and offensively, Alfonso, although they haven't been able to close in on the box very much, Natalie Montanez, the midfielder for SNU, has 2 different goals now from outside the box. She's been doing an excellent job from distance, and so far that play has been the difference in a contest that otherwise has been fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, I would say that there hasn't been much to separate these last 2 teams, except for, obviously Montanez. She's done a great job, obviously, with the opportunity she got right outside the box off the free kick. Excellent hit, capitalized, and OBU went down 1-0. And then, obviously, a great team play that has her in an uncomfortable situation, takes a crack at it, and, has an excellent shot. Otherwise, OBU has done a great job of, keeping up this press. However, obviously letting these little moments get by is going to make the difference between, 2 such good teams on a day like this. And I would say, for OBU, going into the second half, they have to stick to their game plan, capitalize on their opportunities, because so far they haven't been playing bad at all. they just a bit unlucky to face Montanez on one of her good days. So.
And I don't know if you can see it on your screen there, but just beyond what's going to be the brand new track facility over to your right, there's actually some other soccer going on campus as the intramural soccer season is starting to wrap up.
Lots of great soccer being played here today. Obviously, we have the women's soccer collegiate games, and intramural playoffs are already doing the thing. So we'll see how those go. And obviously, soccer growing here in America, and I mean, you could tell.
It's a beautiful day for the beautiful game. Whether you're at the amateur level, you're at the level that we're seeing now with the collegiate level. Perhaps playing at a different level entirely. It's a great day for soccer here in Arkadelphia, and we've still got 45 minutes of great action between two of the top 3 teams in the Great American Conference. If Southern Nazarene can pick up a victory here today, Alfonso, they have a chance to move into sole possession of second place, because right now the Bison of Oklahoma Baptist are struggling against the Bisons of Harding in a 1-1 tie at half up in Searcy.
Yeah. And Oklahoma Baptist obviously still in this race, looking to find some room to get as close to that first place position as possible, because we know that OBU here, our Ouachita Baptist, has 18 points, SNU has 14 points, and Oklahoma Baptist also has 14 points. So with the math, if this game goes in SNU's favor, they'll be 1 point away off OBU with a game in hand, and we'll see how everything plays out.
And that's the thing, if Ouachita loses this match, you don't necessarily have to sound the alarm. However, it does make it pretty much a must-win scenario on Saturday if the Tigers want to hold on and win the Great American Conference regular season title.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the goals of this team. From the start of the season, they've made it clear that their ambition is to be number 1 in the GAC, get the GAC tournament, and get a bid for the NCAA national tournament. So obviously those things come with time, but they start in some ways today by getting a result today and finding their way to those positions and making all that easier for them later on.
Tigers not only one of the best teams in the conference, but according to the coaches poll this week, one of the top teams in the region, ranked number 7 in the region. The Tigers have consistently been in the top 10 in that category. However, as we've seen here today and throughout the season, there is plenty of great soccer being played around the GAC.
No, agreed. And obviously, if 1 week a coach's poll says one thing, that motivates the team that's playing against that ranked team to go and prove those coaches wrong and make a statement here. So obviously SNU here is going to look to maintain their lead and really try to push for that GAC championship, while the Tigers here are going to have to battle back and get something out of today. This is probably as tested as the Tigers have been all season.
The score right now currently mirrors the score the last time the Tigers lost a Great American Conference matchup. That was against Oklahoma Baptist back on October 5th. Perhaps a bit of poetic justice as well for SNU, as that was the score that Ouachita defeated the Crimson Storm by the first time these teams met in Bethany.
Yeah, and obviously SNU here, right off the bat, looking to be aggressive and finding a foul near the halfway line. Let's see if they can capitalize off this.
Here's the free kick from Avery Pyle. Sends a ball towards the top of the box. The Tigers' defense has been pretty staunch throughout the day, especially down low, but that doesn't mean that Southern Nazarene hasn't been able to capitalize on opportunities outside of the box. You can see Montanez moving towards midfield right now. She has the 2 goals that we've seen so far in this match, and both of them were from beyond the box. One of them off of a free kick and the other one just in regular play as Yazzie going to clear the ball.
Tigers here, if they want a chance of, getting something off this second half, are going to really have to establish possession and make SNU work for the ball and tire themselves out in order to exploit those spaces. But so far we've seen a lot of aggression, a lot of pressure, but maybe just a bit too much from the Tigers, leading to 2 early fouls near the halfway line.
Still plenty of time left as we are just about to reach the 2-minute mark here in the second half. However, you have to feel like the Tigers can't mill on their chances if they want to have the opportunity to come back and tie or perhaps even win this contest against one of the top offenses in the GAC.
And the Tigers here will have a chance off a goal kick to keep some possession and find a good way to attack.
And a bit of an aside, Alfonso, but right now it looks like one of the intramural matches has paused action right now as a player had to go up on top of the track construction area to go get a loose ball.
Oh, well, that's just part of playing the game, anywhere. Obviously, I remember when I was a kid and we would play like on the street and everything, you would always dread when the ball would go underneath somebody's car and somebody would have to like duck down and, try to pick it up and all that nasty smoke and everything.
Jocelyn Kispert wanting to put the Tigers in a position to score for the first time today.
Looks like a Tiger free kick here. Could be dangerous. We've seen Gardner putting good crosses from this position. Let's see if she can capitalize right now.
Kispert looking to follow up. Just going to pass it out to Gardner. Gardner looking to cross it. Collision between Vanna and one of the SNU players.
Vanna there does a very good job to just get her foot around the ball and just tackle it out from the SNU player, preventing that possible counterattack.
Yowzi trying to find an opening, trying to get around Montanez at the moment. As now Amory Thomas looks to keep the ball alive for Ouachita. You can hear the Tigers bench willing on the players on the field, trying to get everybody fired up.
Tigers there show excellent press. Obviously SNU was able to keep the ball for a few moments in possession, but the Tigers not letting up, sending numbers and outnumbering the opposition to win the ball back.
So now Bonet looking to boot the ball away for SNU.
Vanna has been such a solid point for this OBU midfield today. Obviously keeping a lot of play in favor of the Tigers defensively, has done a great job.
The Tigers will actually be meeting Southern Nazarene in quite a few sports this week. Alfonso, I know you said that the men's team has a matchup coming up, but also Tiger football will be playing them on the road in Bethany this weekend. Or excuse me, on Thursday.
Wow.
So tomorrow night.
And SNU obviously being one of the, similarly sized colleges, relatively near the Arkadelphia. Obviously, we share a lot of conferences and all that type of stuff. So.
Certainly looks to be competitive matchups both on the pitch and on the gridiron this week between SNU and OBU. Really all the teams in those matchups with something to prove going down the stretch in their respective seasons.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll speak for men's soccer right now. We know that SNU right now in the men's GAC is #1, and obviously the Ouachita men's team is last. So we're looking for something to prove. Obviously trying our best to take down the #1 team and prove that we're still here to compete in these last 3 games.
I think that's something you can say for the men's and the women's leagues alike, is that it feels like on just about any given day, even if teams are having a down year, that's not to say they can't have an up day to where they can go and contend with some of the best teams that not only the conference has to offer, but the nation really has to offer. And we've seen that time and again, both on the men's and the women's side.
I agree 1,000%. I mean, there's a reason why we get up and we play and we do all this stuff. Is because we believe that on that given day we could still get a result and win.
And really for all of the teams in the Great American Conference right now, on the women's side especially, it feels like at this point in the season, even if you're not necessarily competing for the 1 seed, you still have an opportunity to try and go after the 3 or the 4 seed. Right now, the top 3, there's a little bit of separation between Southern Nazarene and Oklahoma Baptist. However, we saw a tough Southwestern Oklahoma State team here just this past Saturday. Harding has played Ouachita especially competitively this year with 2 draws. And East Central tied with SNU the last time they played on Saturday. So it feels like anybody can yield a good decision, and when you're coming down the stretch of a tight conference race, it can be a lot of difference makers. Kispert looking across the ball, but again, excellent defense from SNU.
Yeah, so far in the second half, we've seen the Tigers be very aggressive. Looks like during halftime, there's a fire lit underneath them, and they know what's on the line, and they've really come out to attack the other team, be aggressive in possession, and pressure that ball when it's not on their terms.
Just a quick update from Searcy, still tied up 1-1 between Oklahoma Baptist and Harding. Why that's important is because if Southern Nazarene wins this match here today, Oklahoma Baptist would only get 1 point from the draw, and that would leave them at 15. It would allow SNU to leapfrog the Bison to move up into sole possession of second place with 17. And by defeating the Tigers, Ouachita would stay at 18, so that would put them just 1 point out of first place. It would give them sole possession of second place, and it would put the Crimson Storm in good shape going down the stretch.
Yeah, and for as much as this Ouachita team might hate to admit it, in this situation, we're rooting for Harding to get a result against Oklahoma Baptist, and even though that's our interstate rivals, we would like for them to do well today and possibly alleviate some pressure from us in order to help us win the GSE title. That was a dodgy call from the ref, obviously hotly contested. A lot of OBU Tigers were calling for that handball, but the ref just did not see it the same way.
The clouds starting to part a bit here in Arkadelphia on what has been a beautiful afternoon for the beautiful game. Currently 83 degrees. Ouachita looking for a beautiful turnaround here in the second half after falling down early, 2-0. The Tigers have shown flashes of excellence at times. However, they have been stifled by a tight Crimson Storm defense.
Yeah, and right now the Tigers are asking themselves, not a matter of if, but maybe a matter of when they'll get that goal to cut down the lead and possibly, get like a really good result out of today's match.
Hey, find the second one, Emily. Keegan, the second one.
Tigers here with a, could be potentially dangerous free kick from around the halfway line.
Inman, long ball into the box. Kispert with the header, trying to find Grayson Turner. Ball will be cleared, and it'll be a throw for Ouachita, so Villa Valencia will do the honors for the Tigers.
Sorry, so keep figuring it. Yeah, unbelievable.
Gardner here showing off her hold-up play, waiting for a teammate to get free.
Looking to try and close in, however, the ball is quickly cleared that time by Avery Pyle, the sophomore from League City, Texas. One of the defenders that has made it an especially tough day for Ouachita. The Tigers still looking for their first score of the match. Kispert tripped up a bit near the top of the box. However, it's going to be a no call. Official deciding to let the players play. And now Montanez bring the ball up the field. She already has 2 scores on the day. Now we'll see the offside called. Morgus trying to set herself up there on the left side with a good look.
Yeah, SNU here looking like it's the first time they've really come in with danger to the Tiger box now in the second half. Obviously the Tigers having a lot more of the momentum in these first 15 of the second. Turner there displaying excellent aggression and passion, pushing to get that pressure underneath.
Hey, girls, get to the next one.
Ball is cut off by Sofia Valencia. Now the Tigers trying to take it the other way. Allison Reese was trying to get some separation.
Valencia there, just excellent work to, make that slide tackle and really get underneath the ball and cut off that pass.
Yazzie gonna pass it off to Inman. Inman tries to get it through to Gardner. She does so successfully. Now Gardner has one defender to beat to get an open look. Goes ahead and kicks it across. Loose ball, follows through, and it's a goal. And hold on a second. They're going to, waiting for the confirmation. Yes, indeed, that is a goal for Ouachita.
Great goal there. Obviously the Tigers have kept up their pressure in the second half. Obviously they win it on the far side with Valencia. Excellent tackle there. Are able to move the ball quickly in possession, which has been their strong suit all season. Find Gardner on the 1v1. Gardner showing off excellent skills. Gets just the slightest bit of separation from her defender. Puts it into the box. And the SNU goalkeeper Bonnet, just trips up. And in the run of play, Grace Turner is just there to tap it in. And Tigers are now just 1 goal away from tying this game up.
Ouachita looking to close the gap against the Crimson Storm following that goal from Grayson Turner. And now Turner once more. She's going to bolt down the field. Going to pass it inside looking for Gardner. And although there's a little bit of a clear, Doonigan was right there to back up her teammate. Now Perry Going to pass it inside to Gardner. Gardner's tripped up a bit. Alfonso, on that last goal, it looked like there was a bit of momentary confusion as SNU thought that maybe there was a foul called inside the box, and we were waiting to see if indeed it was going to be a goal kick for SNU. But that was just perfect execution there by Grayson Turner.
Yeah, I mean, I could sense the SNU's doubt as like the ball was in her hands and maybe off like some type of slip or something like that. It was questionable.
Tough collision there as Jocelyn Kispert almost poked the ball free there for a teammate to try and follow up, but Bonet was right there to corral it right back.
Kispert there always showing great pressure on the ball, such determination to really put the ball under pressure and
still anybody's match here with just under 30 minutes to go. Ouachita getting its first goal just moments ago. Grayson Turner tripped up a bit.
The Tiger bench did not like that one. Thought the ref should have called something there.
Referee! You have a player down. Referee!
And now they're trying to grab the official's attention as looked like one of the Crimson Storm team members is a bit slow to get up.
SNU Sarah Ball, freshman from Frisco, Texas, obviously struggling to get off the field right now. Prayers go out to her. Not sure when that collision happened, but looks like she's going to be on the bench right now.
Now the ball will go Ouachita's way. Looks like it'll be a free kick. And Alfonso, the Tigers have rarely been matched in terms of physicality this season. However, this has been one of the cases. However, at times both teams, because they're so physical in their defensive nature, sometimes, those mistakes are going to happen. We've seen a few collisions here today in this hard-fought bout.
Yeah, and when you get two teams that are really good in the physical battle and also feel like they have something to really fight for, obviously you can get loose tackles, and because of their physicality, those loose tackles may end in, some type of injury or whatever it is, but that's just what the sport calls for, and, obviously we hope that nobody gets hurt here, but sometimes that's just part of the game.
Meanwhile, we do have an update from Searcy. Now we're going to have a stoppage in time. And there's a card.
SNU's Camden Wood there, giving the yellow to the referee. It was pretty obvious that the push was unnecessary. Enough for a yellow card. And Tigers will have a free kick now near the halfway line. On both sides, it seems to be getting pretty heated. Tigers looking to get their second goal, and SNU just looking to fight off and hold off until these last 26 minutes.
So as Inman lines up for the free kick in Searcy, Oklahoma Baptist leading 3-1. The Bison looking to stay in second place. And if SNU can manage to defeat the Tigers here today on the road, you're potentially looking at a two-way tie for second place if both of those teams move up. The difference being, when we enter today's matches, there was 4-point separation between first place and second place. However, this time there will be only 1 point separating the two places. And that's a big factor, Alfonso, to consider when going into this next weekend when Oklahoma Baptist is coming to town.
Yeah, you know, all three teams in the top three are really still in the fight for that first place spot. Still are able to find their way and, you know, really still have a lot to fight for. Even coming down into these last 3 games of the season, nothing's really determined from a standing standpoint. And now we can see Jamie Fowler entering the game for the Tigers. Obviously, big game player. We'll see what she can do here in the last 25 minutes of the second half.
There's the pass inside to Perry. Perry looking to cross the ball. Gets away. Valencia following it up. Fernanda Valencia wants to keep it alive. However, it's going to be clear. Now Abby Inman loses control of the ball. It's going to be up to Dunigan to try and maintain possession. Now we see Moore send it up to Fernanda Valencia. She tries to keep it alive, but it goes out of bounds. Close call there for Southern Nazarene. As had there been an opening, the Tigers might have just evened up the match. However, SNU does maintain its lead. Crimson Storm wanting to create an opportunity on Ouachita's side of the field.
Very close call for SNU. Obviously, Fowler, we can see her impact on the game already. Threads that ball through to Perry, and Perry with a great cross. Obviously, Bonet gets a little bit tangled up with everything, and Valencia just can't quite put it in the back of the net. But we could already see this Tiger front line causing trouble for SNU.
Tigers trying to even up the score here to at least ensure a draw.
Tigers forcing that pressure.
Tough collision, and now we're going to have a stoppage in time. And the trainer, they're going to ask the trainer to take a look. However, both players seem to be fine, so he's just going to retreat back to the sideline.
Then again, they're doing a great job to win that aerial duel. You know, obviously, her and Vanna have been centerpieces to this Tiger midfield and have really been able to win balls back for the Tigers and keep possession when asked to. We'll see Perry over this free kick now. My mistake was not a free kick, was more of a drop ball. The Tigers take advantage of it.
Frankie 9 into the match for Ouachita and trying to help her team even up the score in a critical GAC matchup down the stretch.
9 here being asked to fill in for Thomas's shoes. You know, obviously fulfill her defensive capabilities while also going up and joining the attack when necessary. Free kick for SNU right here. Finally see some pressure relieved off themselves, as the Tigers have been all over SNU's defensive half in this second half.
Nine sends it out to Valencia. Valencia trying to get around Montanez. Now Fowler looking to create some separation.
Valencia and Fowler, great link-up play right there. Obviously, they've played with each other for quite a long time.
Now Sophia Valencia looking to cross the ball. towards the middle. Bonet was right there to corral the ball, and now she's going to boot it away towards midfield. Right there is Abby Moore, and she's just going to simply send it out of bounds to set up a throw for the Crimson Storm.
Moore there being very careful. Obviously doing great defensive cover, but keeping things as simple as possible in order to prevent those counterattacks from SNU that we've seen can already hurt the Tigers.
Now looking for an opportunity on the right side of the box. Ball gets away a bit though, as Mallory Bennett looked like she was trying to hook the ball there a bit, but just lost her balance in the process. You do have to tip your cap to Southern Nazarene though, because although they have not been given many opportunities down inside the box by any means, they've been able to find creative ways to put goals up on the board. Case in point, the excellent play that we've seen. The 2 goals that came courtesy of Natalie Montanez back in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Montanez had 2 very special moments and found a way to make this 2-0 for SNU.
The Tigers did manage to get at least half of that back, though, with the follow-up by Grayson Turner. Only goal of the match so far for the Tigers.
Yeah, and with 20 minutes left, who knows what's possible. Tigers still have plenty of time to find an equalizer and even find a winner here.
Well, we just saw it up in Searcy. Oklahoma Baptist was tied up 1-1 around the 55-minute mark, and then within the next 10 minutes, it's a 3-1 match for the Bison.
Yeah, and I think that's what great teams do. They find a way to pull away from these tough games and find special moments in order to, really find the way to find 3 points every single time.
If Southern Nazarene can come away with the victory here today, that sets up a match with major implications against Oklahoma Baptist, because then you have 2 teams looking at having 17 points in GAC play, and Ouachita stays at 18. However, even if Ouachita does manage the draw today, it's still going to be a big match, because Oklahoma Baptist looks like they could get the 3 points, and they'll be, depending on the result today, either 1 or 2 points behind Ouachita.
Yeah, and I think this is a very make-or-break week for Ouachita. I mean, going against the 2 other best teams in the conference on the same week, has to be tough. But, this opportunity can basically give Ouachita the confidence to close out their final game and clinch the GAC title.
It is important to note that Ouachita has 1 match less than a lot of the teams that are playing, throughout they're in the top 4. Southern Nazarene has 3 matches left after this, as does Oklahoma Baptist following their match against Harding. Of course, one of those being right here on Saturday, but you look after this week, the Tigers only have 1 match. A lot of these teams from Oklahoma, they have 2, and that means you have double the opportunities to put points up in the standings.
Yeah, and for Ouachita, in some ways it means relieving that sort of pressure from having to win or having to perform in those last 2 games. Obviously, they want to perform well in the games that they have, but when it comes down to the wire, they just have to sit back and see how everybody else does, and we'll see what the final results are.
Now a chance for the Tigers, looking for the goal, and it gets in! Goal! OBU Tigers! it's Reese Brown, the freshman forward from Frisco, Texas, somehow sneaking the ball past Bonet into the back left corner. And Ouachita just made it a brand new match. We're all even at 2.
Yeah, and let me just. And you could hear from the Tiger bench, you know, this team is ecstatic right now. Obviously coming back from this 2-0 deficit to tie the game up with still 17 minutes left. Obviously the Tigers in this second half have been the team, you know, have done very well to keep the ball, apply pressure, and get to these very dangerous situations. And that play was an excellent example. Obviously they keep some possession around the box, and you know, Reese Brown able to take a shot off, slight deflection, and it goes in, and now we're all tied up 2-2.
And something else I want to point out, Alfonso, too, is that throughout the day, the bench players for Ouachita have kept the energy up. It doesn't matter what the result has been on the scoreboard, whether the team was down 2-0 or just moments ago when they rallied to make it 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these players that aren't out there on the pitch right now, they're serving as a bit of an extra player out there and really making this a great environment for their team to work in. You have to feel like that energy has been transferred to the pitch in some way.
Yeah, and I think Coach Wright can say this right now. Like, there has been an excellent aspect of culture on this OBU women's soccer team. All the players buy into the system, and they really believe that they could do something great. Obviously, we've seen it this entire game. Like, if you look over at their bench, none of the players are sitting down. Every player is, like, into the game, very much cheering on their teammates, and, you know, there's a self-belief around this team that they can do something great.
Well, certainly an opportunity for greatness here today. The Tigers trailing 2-0 at the break. However, in the second half, it has been all Ouachita. You had the goal from Grayson Turner on an excellent follow-up. And then Reese Brown able to record the goal for OBU. And now a free kick for the Tigers near the edge of the box. Alfonso, we've seen today how these free kicks can be a difference maker, as it was actually a free kick that got us started in terms of scoring today. And surely Ouachita looking for a score here in its own right. Isabella Sabatera will have the ball on the free kick.
Yeah, we'll see how the Tigers capitalize right here.
Dunigan was looking for the header.
Then again, obviously one of the taller players on the field, always a great option for that initial header, you know, just to win that aerial duel, as she does all the time on the field. And you can't help but think, but how will SNU react right now? No, obviously, thinking about it from the other side, being up 2-0 and having the game come back on you, it takes a lot of mental fortitude to hold on and, you know, stick to your values and find something worth fighting for right now. However, for the Tigers, it's the exact opposite. They feel like they have everything to do, and we'll see if they can get the whole 3 points now in the last 13 minutes of this game.
And for Ouachita, you know, at least tying in this match is imperative, because it means that you maintain at least a 2-point lead over second place. That's if Oklahoma Baptist can hang on. But it also means that SNU, you still have that separation of 4 points. And the Crimson Storm, even if they don't come away with a victory today, Alfonso, we've seen it throughout the season, this is a team that is well capable of making a push for a regular season title. Fowler looking to cross it inside. Now we'll see the clear from Southern Nazarene as the ball is going to bounce out of bounds. Clear made that time by Carla Ramirez, the junior from Dallas, Texas.
Tigers here not letting up any pressure on the SNU back line. Obviously, SNU stunned, having the 2 goals scored on them now. Still looks like all the momentum is in the favor of the Tigers.
And you know that SNU wants to get that ball away, as now we'll have a substitution. A lot of different players coming on for the Tigers, as we'll see Iauzi, Allison Reese, and Maddie Vanna check in. Also checking in on SNU's side, it's Bella Morgus. And although she doesn't have any goals up to this point, Alfonso, we have seen that she's been a difference maker in multiple facets of this match. She's also created some good opportunities for herself and her teammates, so you have to think that that's going to play a factor down the stretch.
Yeah, and Morgus, obviously they won't credit her with an assist or a goal, but she had a huge hand to play in those first 2 goals for SNU. Obviously, finding some space and drawing the foul, as well as linking up play in order to get the shot off.
And now, it's like Reese Brown is trying to break away again, able to maintain it. Now Valencia follows it up with a goal! Goal! OBU Tigers! Reese Brown with the equalizer on the goal. This time she passes it up to her teammate, Fernanda Valencia. And the senior from Lawton, Oklahoma, puts the Tigers on top with just over 11 minutes to go.
Truly inspired performance from the Tigers. Found their 3rd goal, found their winner. Obviously going into these last 10 minutes, Tigers are going to want to hold on to this lead, but excellent play, excellent fight from this team. Obviously, the team culture here just shows that they're a team that refuses to be beaten, and obviously Reese Brown having an excellent play down the middle, obviously got her 1st goal, now finds her 1st assist, and Valencia just does well enough to put it in the back of the net and put the Tigers up 3-2.
Easily one of the most memorable halves for Tiger soccer this season. And it couldn't come at a better time, too. In a tight conference race, Tigers looking to stay in first, needing a victory to create that separation, especially with Oklahoma Baptist looking to pick up a big win on the road.
Yeah, and Tigers have done an excellent job to really believe in themselves and keep the play alive, just enough to, get that 3-2 result, and we'll see if they can keep it up now in the last 10 minutes. Tigers need to be very careful to hold on to this lead. Obviously, they've worked extremely hard for it, and it would be a shame if they gave it up now. But it looks like it's barely noticeable that it's 10 minutes left into the game, the way that the Tigers are running right now.
What a day it has been for Reese Brown, and especially what a second half it has been for the freshman.
Yeah, and despite the way that Tigers have struggled for this result, but this was their goal the entire time. Obviously, get this win over second place and really maintain a solid lead going into the last 2 games of their season.
Kispert going to have a throw in for Ouachita as the ball ricocheted off of Montanez.
And now we could see the roles have really reversed between both teams. Obviously, SNU now on the back foot, looking there. Now they have pressure to get a result out of this game.
coming up on the golden hour here in Arkadelphia, and it has certainly been a fine hour for Ouachita women's soccer as the Tigers have rallied from a 2-0 deficit in the first half to score 3 different goals in less than 35 minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, and who knows what Coach Wright told them at halftime, because it seems to have really worked, and this whole Tiger team looks completely different going into the second half than what they did in the first half.
And again, it's worth noting, Southern Nazarene had the best defense in the conference besides Ouachita coming into this match with only 13 goals allowed in 14 matches.
Yeah, and Chase, I'll tell you this right now. It's one thing to be the best team in the conference, and it's another thing to believe you're the best team in the conference, because that's what OBU has proven today, that they believe that they are the best team in this conference and that they can put 3 goals in the second half on anybody, no matter their positioning on the table. And we'll see Gardner here with a dangerous free kick.
Gardner sends the long ball a bit too high. Bonet was there to make the play. However, she did not have to, as it missed the target a bit high, and it's going to be a goal kick for Southern Nazarene. And now just over 6.5 minutes to go. Ouachita looking to set up a potential conference clinching match against Oklahoma Baptist on Saturday, if it can come away with the comeback victory here.
Yeah, and obviously Ouachita knows that job's still not done, but this is a great effort from them.
Excellent slide tackle by Amory Thomas. Brown trying to get him to position to make another play. She's really been the catalyst in this comeback, and that really speaks to the talent of this team. Ouachita getting contributions both from veteran leadership and from younger players as well. Brown has both a goal and an assist here in the second half. And now bring the ball up the near side. She's got a chance to make another memorable play here in the final 6 minutes. Hattie Gardner trying to get some separation. Now we'll see the corner kick for Ouachita.
Gardner there displaying her excellent hold-up play, really finding the physicality and the effort to hold off both SNU defenders and win a corner for the Tigers. Tigers could just get
Millie Butler was right there to make the play. She knew right where the ball was going and just steps in to make sure that Hattie Gardner's shot from the corner did not threaten. Now we'll see Reese Brown check out of the match, and
what a day it's been for her, huh?
Indeed, and rightfully getting a hero's welcome back to the sideline for her team, as she has been phenomenal here, and really just the last 20 minutes even. The goal, as well as the assist that put the Tigers on top. Ball sent towards the net. Bonet was right there to bat it away.
Yeah, and it really is a testament to this team's culture that even a freshman here in the first few minutes, spearheads this comeback and, does a great job for the Tigers to help them get these 3 points today.
We should also mention too, this match is really not indicative of anything lacking for Bonet, because she's been excellent this season for SNU. She's been excellent today. It's just the Tigers have capitalized on the opportunities down low when they've gotten them, and that's been the difference maker in this one. But still, it's been an excellent season for Bonet. It's been an excellent season for SNU. However, the Tigers have proven that they are more than capable of pulling off a comeback like this here today. Even when they were trailing early, trailing going into the break, they did not falter.
Yeah, and I can't say that SNU has had a bad day at all. I mean, it's really just been an inspired performance from the Tigers in the second half. Really just a great performance to get enough out of this match, and they're still knocking on SNU's door and looking for something to solidify their victory now in the last 3.5 minutes.
SNU going to try to get the ball down the field in a hurry. Long ball towards the middle third. Last touch on a header by Southern Nazarene. Vanna sends the ball up into the air. Now Dunigan with a header of her own. Turner trying to get the ball down into the defensive third of SNU.
Coach Wright here has decided to close out this game with his two most solid defensive midfielders, obviously, in Vanna and Dunigan. They're very solid in winning the ball back for their team and keeping pressure off that back line. Coach Wright seems to want to solidify this victory now. That's evident in the subs that he's made.
SNU looking to make one last push towards the goal, and SNU's coaching staff not too happy with that last call. We're going to have a stoppage in time. Now we resume action.
Come on, we gotta win it. Work camps, come on.
Ball sent towards the edge of the box. It's going to go untouched. It'll be a goal kick for Ouachita with just about 2 minutes remaining. One more update from Searcy. Entering into the 87th minute of that contest, it's still 3-1 Oklahoma Baptist. So if that result holds, that means we're looking at a top 2 matchup in the Great American Conference on Saturday, right here in Arkadelphia and on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Yeah, and we're lucky to see those right now here. Obviously, we've seen 2 first and second place matchups this week from Ouachita. Obviously, the game that we're watching right now, and if results hold, then we'll see another one on Saturday.
Time winding down, but still an opportunity for SNU to make a play as the ball enters, and now it's going to be a goal for SNU with just over a minute to go. Michelle Snow was stepping up, and it was just an opportune play by Bella Morgus to even up the score with 1:10 remaining.
Dramatic scenes here right now. I mean, obviously the Tigers fighting so hard to get those 3 goals in the second half. You know, SNU, this might be the first opportunity they've had in the Tiger box all game, and obviously it must be frustrating to concede like this in the last minute and a half of playing time. But as we've said before, SNU's Morgus has just been very, very dangerous for the Tigers all game, and she finally gets her goal now in the dying minutes of this game.
40 seconds to go, and it's going to be a throw-in for Thomas, trying to get it to Gardner. Still an opportunity for the Tigers to try and make a play down the stretch. SNU likely playing for the tie, with the ball down deep in its own defensive third with just over 20 seconds to go. Ball bounces around. It's still alive. And it is going to be an offside ruled on Ouachita.
10, 9.
Bonet slow to get up. And now with 8 seconds remaining.
Chase, and it seems that this foul on Bonet might be the last play of this game with barely 8 seconds left to go.
No, they said to put 17 seconds.
Who said that?
The ref.
So now the clock will go back to 17 seconds.
Yellow?
They're part of the head coach.
And Chase, we still have some game left to go.
Still got a chance for some late game dramatics, however, as a yellow card has been issued on the head coach of SNU, but also a yellow card has been issued on Jocelyn Kisper.
Yeah, this referee seems to be trying to settle things down and really even the score right now, just between both teams. Lower tensions, obviously. No need to get unnecessarily aggressive now in the last 17 minutes of this game.
15 seconds to go. It looks like SNU's just going to be content to boot the ball away.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Ball's going to be cleared.
4.
Doesn't look like we'll have time for a throw. And that is going to do it. So although you would love for the Tigers to come away for a victory in this one, it was close down to the wire. The score reflects that we end in a draw.
It is a dramatic finish indeed. You know, in some ways for the Tigers, this tie might be a tie, but it has to feel like a loss. And, you know, obviously first and second place teams splitting points, not the most pleasant feeling for either team. And we'll see how the Tigers face up against Oklahoma Baptist now on Saturday.
So with the draw, Ouachita gets 1 point to move up to 19 points. They're still in first place. However, we just got word from up in Searcy, Oklahoma Baptist has defeated Harding 3-1, meaning they've gotten 3 points towards the standings. Their 14 goes up to 17, and they are once again in sole possession of second place. With the draw here today, Southern Nazarene now firmly in third place with 15 points. However, Alfonso, although it's disappointing that the Tigers couldn't hold on for the win, we also have to mention the excellent second half this was for the Tigers, because based on the first half, it looked like we could have had a totally different result, a loss for Ouachita. It was an impressive comeback, however, for the home squad.
Yeah, an excellent game all around. Obviously, that's what you get when two great teams play each other, and yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a more entertaining game, at least, from both teams.
Breaking down the scoring really quickly, Natalie Montanez with 2 goals from beyond the box early in the match. That was in the first half. However, the Tigers had 3 unanswered goals to start out the second half of play. You start out with Grayson Turner on a goal, and then you follow that up just moments later with a goal from Reese Brown. And then Reese Brown turns around and gets an assist on a go-ahead goal from Fernanda Valencia. That made it 3-2 with just over 11 minutes to go. However, with just over 1 minute to go in the match, Bella Morgus, we knew she was due for a big play, and the freshman forward delivered with an equalizing goal that provides us with the final result, 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, excellent game. Tigers are going to look to really find the result on Saturday against Oklahoma Baptist, and yeah, that'll do it for today.
That will do it for today. Again, you can catch that match at 11 a.m. on Saturday right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And Alfonso, I know you've got a big match tomorrow. Best of luck to you and the Ouachita men's soccer team.
Thank you. And obviously that'll be here on OSDN, be streaming, and we'll look to get a great result.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Tiger Soccer on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. On behalf of everyone here at OSDN, this is Chase Hartzell signing off. Have a great evening, and go Tigers.